Somebody said, any tips for prison? I might get sentenced to 5 years on some bullshit assault charge. Man, I got tips all day for you. Rule number one, do not borrow anything. All right? Rule number one. Matter of fact, you can apply this to life. Rule number, do not go into debt. I'm telling you this because I kind of care about you. So that's rule number one. Don't go into debt. Don't store box. Don't ask for no hookups. Don't ask for favors. Do not go into debt. That's rule number one. Rule number two, do not hang around faggots. Period. I don't care if you think you know them from the street or they in there and they from your hood, or you know, or your niece, that's your niece's grandma, mother's auntie, grandma, nana child. Do not hang around faggots. That's rule number two. Because you might have some business, or you might loan to one of them and they may not pay you back, and now you gotta, put in some work, or and you got a conspiracy going on, and then they got a homo thug that's dealing with them, and now you got a whole bunch of people after you, or you just getting played like you a punk because you let a boy get over on you. So rule number two, do not associate with any faggots, period. That shit will never go good. Rule number three, stay away from gang members. Stay away. Say it with me. Stay away from gang members. Don't hang out, don't sit at their tables. Don't try to do their calls or throw up any hand signs thinking that shit cute. Like, if somebody pulls up on you and asks you what you are, just tell them nothing. You don't know nothing. You will never know nothing. I'm not anything. All right. Rule, and another rule. Do not try to protect child molesters. A lot of people go in there trying to protect child molesters because they extort them. They're getting child molesters to pay them, and then they offer protection. Do not do that, because when the gang runs down on that child molester, that child molester is gonna throw up your name and be like, nah, he got me. Then the whole gang, the whole Bloods, the whole Crips, the whole Aryan Circle, the whole Nation of Islam, now they're at your cell door. Do not. All right? Just don't. When you go in there, get a fucking job. Don't even hang with your race. Don't do that at all. That is a setup. Unless you were about that on the street, do not go in there and try to hang out with the Aryan Circle or the Aryan Brotherhood. I know a lot of white people. Listen, I'm telling y'all some real G shit. I know a lot of white people that weren't like that on the street, and then they go to prison and want to identify with their race, and then the circle be the ones that air them out. Like, if you're not built for that, then take no parts. Just sit far away from everybody. Like, it doesn't matter who you sit with. Do not sit with any fucking gang members at all. No Peckerwoods, no one claiming to be anything, no Hammers, no Vikings, no none of that shit. Nobody with the Thunderbolt tattoos. Don't do it. Did I say don't go into debt? I think I covered that. Yeah, they'll hey bro, your cellmate will tap you on the shoulder while you sleep on your bunk, like, hey bro, we got some We got the Aryan Circle at our cell door, bro. They're asking for it. And it's like 12 of them niggas, and they all look like Nappa from Dragon Ball Z. Do not use drugs. All right? Do not, say it with me. I will not use drugs. Do not go in there asking for cigarettes. Don't go in there asking for weed. Don't go in there looking. Just don't. Do not get tattoos. Do not get tattoos in prison, people. Like, that shit is wild. But that's not as big a rule as going into debt. Like, do not go into debt for anything. Do not borrow. I don't give a fuck if that was your man's on the street. I don't care if you know them on the street. Do not borrow. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Do not loan. Because the minute you loan somebody something and you loan to the wrong person and that person doesn't pay you back, word's gonna get around the compound that you're a bitch. Now you're gonna have people taking your commissary, extorting you, stealing your bags of food because you don't know how to get your money back. All right? So just don't do it. I've seen this too many times. Yeah, when you go in there, what you can do is mind your fucking business. All right? That's crucial. Don't go in there trying to be a truth or trying to uncover some shit. Mind your fucking business. If you see somebody get their ass beat right next to you, don't say nothing. All right? Don't get in it. Don't involve yourself in it. Don't do nothing. Don't try to get favors. And when it comes to that phone, yo, do not use the phone for the first 2 days. The reason I say don't use the phone for the first 2 days is when they call rec, watch those phones on that cell block and see who goes to the phone first. There's a pecking order. Usually the gang members get the phone first. If they open those doors and you rush to that phone and you get on that phone first, you might get hit with the phone. All right? This is some true shit. It's crucial. Pay attention. All right? And also, don't rely on somebody to give you 3 ways. Don't get suckered into no drama. And you'll be okay. Like, that should be a breeze. Like, honestly. Like, you'll be all right. Do your push-ups. When you got outside rec, go do your push-ups. Do your pull-ups. Stay to yourself. You might make a couple acquaintances here and there. You know, you keep that shit pushing, keep it moving. Always stand up for yourself, but don't push no issue. Don't press that issue. Like, you don't want to overdo it. Don't get the will and the deal. Do not gamble. Do not, repeat after me. Do not gamble. Please. Do not, just don't. I don't care if they playing poker. I don't care if they playing spades and you want to gamble lunch trays and honey buns. Do not gamble. Do not drink wine. All right? Don't fucking do it. And you'll be okay. If I catch you, if you come home and I hear about you doing any of the things that I told you not to do, I will beat the fuck out you. I promise you that. Do your time with dignity. Shut the fuck up. All right? Stand up for yourself, but don't press any issue. Stay away from gangs. Stay away from that racial shit. Don't get involved in that. Because it doesn't matter how many white boys you think you know in the rec yard. When you go back in the cell, your numbers dwindle. And then all your acquaintances and the rest of your gang doesn't mean anything. Now you're getting poked up by some bloods because you wanted to get involved in some shit that you wasn't capable of finishing. Stay to yourself. It's not worth it. Do your time and you will go home unbothered. And you would know this if you bought my fucking book. Somebody said, how long? I don't know, but he said an assault charge, depending on whether or not it's his second, third offense. He's probably looking at, I don't know, anywhere from, I don't know, I say 18 months to 3 years. Most of that time, if it's 18 months, you will do all that time in the county jail. I promise you that. You won't go downstate. All that shit gonna be done in jail. If you got 3 years, you might do like 18 months. You might do like a year and a half in the jail, and the rest of your time is going to spend down the road where you go to prison, the penitentiary. And it is a fact that the penitentiary is the easiest part of any bid. Like, that's just facts. Like, the hardest part is jail. Jail fucking sucks. When you go down the road, your bid gets a little easier because you can move around a little bit more. You can become more situated depending on what spreads you go to. I don't know, somebody like you with a petty assault charge, you might go to like a little work camp, like a level 2 or something, possibly. I'm not sure. Or you might go to a level 3. If you can, go to the level 3 and up, level 3, 4, and 5, because the level 1s and 2s are dormitory styles. And dormitory style penitentiaries are fucking weird. Like, you have no privacy whatsoever. See, when you got a cellmate, it's just you and your cellmate, and you have your own cell. All right, that's level 3 and up. Level 1 and 2, you'll be in one big ass open room with like 100 guys, and y'all sleep on bunk beds. Like, it's harder for you to maneuver. Like, you can't. Like, it shit gets weird. Like, there's a whole different code there. I never went to one of those type of spreads. Everywhere I went, it was straight cells. Somebody said never been down the road, but jail sucks. But there's people that was in jail with me that was begging to go down the road. That's how bad the jail I was at sucked. Like, that shit is terrible. That shit terrible. You go down the road, you go to the penitentiary, get a job. You get you a job, do whatever you got to do, get on good behavior. You might get put on a work release program towards the end of your bid. You know, stay 10 toes down. Stay away from that bullshit and you'll be okay. It's not that bad. It's bad. I mean, damn. But I'm saying, like, it's not all that shit that you see on Hollywood and TV and Shawshank Redemption. Like, that shit is just Hollywood. But it is true. People will beat the fuck out you. All right? So just follow my rules. As a matter of fact, you need to cash at me right now for this valuable information. This information is valuable. You need to hit that cash app right now, sir. That fucking cash app. BG, if you don't mind me asking, why did you end up in jail? I caught a malicious wounding charge. And initially I was supposed to do 11 years. But I only ended up doing 4 years and 8 months of that. which is why I have backup time over my head throughout the duration of my probation. Somebody said they have wine in prison. They have everything in prison. They make wine. I know how to do the shit. And it's simple. All you do is you take the fruit from the kitchen. I shouldn't even be saying this. Everybody knows how to do the shit. I mean, you just take the fruit from the kitchen, you get you a trash bag, get some tang from the commissary so you can have some sugar. You do the little mix, get your yeast, you know how to do the shit. Then you just leave it in the fucking toilet. You bag it up, close it off, leave it in the toilet, and every now and then you gotta open the bag to burp it. And you let that process continue for like a couple days, and before you know it, you got wine. People were in there making moonshine. Like they was making the clear shit. They put it in the toilet to disguise the smells, because sometimes COs, when they do the little walkthroughs, they can smell it because it has a distinct smell to it. Yeah, that shit is gross. Alcohol in general is gross. It's the same process too. It's just done on a tiny scale, on an infantile scale. But it's the same fucking process. This is a child support helicopters. I paid that shit. I'm not going back to prison. You're not taking my license. Fuck you. Child support helicopters. No, it's not made in the toilet, and it's not made with toilet water. Although that sink toilet combination, there is an argument that it is toilet water. But it's just kept in the toilet because there's nowhere else to fucking put it. Like, that's how you hide it. Like, it's typically, and then when it's ready, you and the homies get together, you pull out your cups, and you drink. You sift it through the commissary bag and catch all the pulp and everything else, and you're left with, you know, the wine. You're left with the alcohol. You gotta sift it through the commissary bag. It's like a nut bag, like the mesh style bag. You gotta sift it through that to catch all that pulp, and then you got straight alcohol. And like a cup of that to get you fucked up. Don't engage in that. And Seth B, I hope you keep your fucking hands to yourself. Fuck are you out here catching assault charges for? I should punch you in your fucking chest. The fuck are you catching assault charges for? Did someone make you mad? You had to put your hands on somebody? Did you pull a Will Smith? Were you defending the honor of a chick named Erica? Was the bitch bald-headed? Keep your fucking hands to yourself. My ex-girlfriend attacked me. Oh, I know how that can go. Oh, goodness. That's a sticky situation. Yeah, you might do some time. You might do about 18 months. You might do about 18 months. You'll be all right though. I bet you won't. I bet you won't fuck with no women like that no more. You tend to learn a lot after you go through some shit. Like, I don't know. You seem young, but sometimes there's people in toxic relationships that do little things to one another, and usually the relationship ends with one of them going away in handcuffs. Like, it happens every fucking day, but you'll learn. Trust me. Somebody said, let's crowdfund his commissary. How about we don't? Now, he need to take this one on the chin. Ain't crowdfunding shit. You got no business in a relationship. You got to learn. That is the crowdfunding. His prison experience. That shit gonna help him. He got it. Ain't crowdfunding shit. He'll come out a better man too. I believe in you. Bread, tang, sugar, fruit, water in a bag. Over the course of several days, you burp it, or else the bag will explode. Like 4-5 days, that shit is ready. You sift it through the commissary bag, through that mesh, and get all the pulp out of there, and you have alcohol. Yeah, you can use that, but there's yeast in that. Like, that's that. Don't do that. Y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. Now we got all the winemaking experts in here. Nicholas Benoit. Anyway. Yeah, the honey buns. People use honey buns, all types of shit. Why the fuck are we talking about prison wine recipes? Everybody's out. Everybody get out. Everybody, Seth B, you might do some time. Take your time and do your time and follow the rules I laid out before you, and you'll be all right. And fuck it, leave it to Beaver. And next time, either keep your hands to your fucking self or don't fuck with the caliber of woman that's able to push your buttons like that. Or work on yourself. You shouldn't be losing your temper like that. You fucking with the wrong woman. You know? Clearly, you got a lot of learning to do.